How's it, everyone? Wayne the Known here, and welcome back to another episode of Cosplay Con Talk, where we basically discuss everything pertaining to the cosplay community and conventions. I'm here with Dave Haworth from Colossus Girl Entertainment, and we are going to be talking about Ani-Medford 2023. How you doing, Dave? And also, again, it's good to have you back on.
Good. I'm doing good, and I'm happy to be here as always. I really enjoy everything that you do, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you. So, yeah, as mentioned, we are going to be talking about Ani-Medford 2023, which this time is going to be at a much bigger location at the Jackson County Fairground Expo.
Yeah. Well, first I want to say that if you enjoy anime, Comic-Con, all of the pop culture type stuff, you definitely have to get out to Ani-Medford or Metal Art Comic-Con because, well, because if you don't, we'll just go away, and there'll be no events of that type in the area. And since we're the only ones, it's good to keep it for the community. So come on out, support it, have a great time. We have amazing guests, and like you said, I think now at this point, regarding space, we are the largest in Oregon in
In
regards to space.
Southern Oregon, yeah. I mean, yeah, because
I
right
think we,
after
yeah, I think we rivaled the shows even in Portland now. It's a huge space. So,
a much bigger space, which brings me to my first question. I know you were kind of talking about it last time when I ran into you at Animate for 2022. How did you guys manage to get such a much bigger space, especially as the expo?
um, it's all about money and financing. Um, you know, with venues, the thing is with venues, with them, money talks, and that's just honesty, and that's just the real world. And we do our best to try to keep rates down, but it's very difficult because everyone wants a piece of the pie, and the big part is the venue. The venue is the main. It's where the event takes place. So we looked all over Central and Southern Oregon, and there is no other place. That's it. It's not like many other states where they have several different venues. We started in the Ramada, and the Ramada, is gone, and we loved that place. It was small and cozy and very intimate, but it's not there anymore, at least for events. And Anna Medford, Medford is in the name. So Anna Medford has always belonged to Medford. Uh, Even though we had to move it to Grants Pass for, I believe, the last 2 years.
Yeah, 2021 and 2022.
Yeah, a lot had to do with looking for a new venue, which couldn't be found. That was it. It was either the Giant Expo in Medford or Josephine County Fairgrounds. And we felt after a couple of years, and then after COVID, that we had to bring it back to Medford, and that it was the only possible way of doing it. So we pulled up the bootstraps, and we invested not only in Anna Medford, but we invested in the anime community, because the anime community has always been asking us, hey, can you have more days? Can you have bigger venue? Can you have more guests?
Oh
Well,
yeah.
guess what? This year they get all of it. We're
Well,
we're giving them all of it.
I saw the guests, the cosplay guests, the artists. Like it's gonna be, and not to mention, and I hope you guys can utilize it. They have a big outdoor stage at the expo,
Right,
so I'm hoping you guys can hoping your guys are allowed to utilize that too.
right. Well, Anna Medford actually uh, didn't belong to us. A gentleman named Xavier started it.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
seeing, I think him or someone who was working for him was going around the mall,
yeah, and
Rogue Valley
and
Mall, and
yeah,
passing it around.
right. And what happened was you know, he handed the ball off to us because of Meadowlark. He liked the way we ran Meadowlark, and he says he'll come back to Ani-Medford once he gets his degree in his profession, So we're running it for him, and we're running it for the community. So it's just one big happy family, but eventually it'll change hands again. But we'll always be helping out in some way because we want the best for Southern Oregon.
Oh yeah, no.
It really doesn't. Southern Oregon doesn't have a lot. Everything's in Portland, and we believe anime fans, all fans, deserve a really good event.
Oh yeah, no.
Something that they could be proud of.
Oh yeah, because the only other anime convention here in Oregon is Komori-Con up in Portland. Other than
Right.
that, I mean, well, you also have the one up in Washington, but again, not many people can travel that far to both locations. So having something that's close by, like Ani-Medford, is a really good thing.
Right. Komoricon, they are good friends with us. We support them. They support us. They're always at every Ani-Medford. And, we always get invited to go up there. But because of the convention dates, it just doesn't work out for us. But, we are always more than happy to promote them as well and, support them every way possible. But you're exactly right. For people, down in Ashland, Medford, even down Crescent City, California, or Redding, there's nothing. So to have Ani-Medford and have such an amazing show this year is very special.
Yeah, no, and again, I think it's cool that you guys are having it right there at the expo because, that means people can go to stay at the hotels that are close by so they can either walk or just take a few minutes to drive.
Right, and the great thing is, parking is free,
Oh yeah.
and there is so much space. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're organizing a lot of things. Um, it's just not a vendor hall with actors. We're going to have lots of fun stuff. We're going to bring actually video games for the first time. We're going to have some cosplay hangouts. We're going to have panels.
Oh
We're going
yeah.
to a lot of fun
I I
stuff going to be
I
going
I've
on.
I've been to the expo and they have like I think four good sized. You got the really big building, and you got like two or three smaller buildings. And again, you have the giant outdoor stage with a bunch of seats for like to do the cosplay contest, to do like the panel stuff like that.
Right. So, but with floor plans and all of this, those kinds of details, that's more of a Marina thing. She's in charge of that, and she'll be placing, where those things will be happening.
Nice. Well, again, I'm looking forward to seeing it. So I know I didn't ask about this last time when we did Metal Arc. What's it been like running? What's it been like for you and Marina running Ani-Medford?
Well, it's been a lot of fun. Every year, the fandom surprises me. They're always very kind. They've given us little gifts or little things like that. And they're very happy to have Ani-Medford there. And we do it for them. It's for the community, it's basically the fandom. They're so kind, and it's really like a family. You know what I mean?
Oh
Um,
yeah.
we do shows in other states, things like this, and you're always worried about security and stuff like that. And I can honestly tell you, the fans in Medford, um, there it's the safest place in the world. You
Oh
know,
yeah, no.
so yeah.
And I mean, you guys work. I mean, like you worked your way from like from the Ramada to the Josephine to like just like something so much bigger. And again, you don't see something like that here. I mean, you had the Jackson County, the Medford Comic Con, but that went away after COVID, so there really wasn't much to do. And now that you have Metal Arc and a Medford, is like it's good because there are going to be people who are going wanting to travel all over California, Oregon, Washington, wherever to come to this a good sized convention.
Right. No, every year, even the first year of Metal Arc Comic Con in Ani-Medford, we were getting people from Northern California. We were getting, some people from Idaho and Washington. We've had people as far away as Montana, Eastern Oregon, the desert towns out there, Southern East Oregon, so people come and you always ask them, why are you traveling so far? And they just say because they have just the best time,
Oh yeah, no.
and they make friends with people here. They come to Ani-Medford once and they make friends, and they come back again so they can see their friends again. They just hang out for one day. That's why we're doing it 2 days. So that way they can hang out for 2 days.
Oh no, that I'm really looking forward to. I remember you guys were doing that back in 2021, where Metal Arc was day one and Ani-Medford was day two. But having a 2-day con for like the same con is gonna be good, and also with
Well,
like big cons like that.
yeah, that was really the testing ground, because after COVID, we really didn't know what to do, and it was very hard on us to have two separate dates for Metal Art Comic Con and Ani-Medford. So we did. I think it was Metal Art Comic Con was on a Saturday and Ani-Medford was on a Sunday, I believe.
Yeah.
And and that worked out really well. But it was very interesting too, because you had comic book fans on Saturday and then anime fans on Sunday, and then you had some that went to both. And so that was a bit of a testing ground as well, to have us decide if we should do a 2-day show. So that was a bit of a test. And after that test, it was kind of, do we put Metal Art Comic Con for 2 days in Medford because Metal Art kind of started it all, or Ani-Medford? And we love the fans of both the same. Some are very different, in regards to Comic Con and anime. They're two different clienteles. But we have just felt that no community is better than the other. We just felt that with the name Ani-Medford, that we should put that in the expo first,
Oh yeah,
because
no.
it's been kind of like, for the last 2 years, Ani-Medford Grants Pass edition,
and,
So,
and especially again with the expo and how busy it gets, especially with this technically being a summer con, people are always flocking to any kind of event that happens at the expo. Moving on to I want to talk about what's going to happen this year for Ani-Medford 2023, especially with it being at the expo. If you want to go into some detail for that.
yeah, well, I handle, all the special guests, and Marina handles all the other details in regards to it. I can tell you we have the best celebrity voiceover actor list we've ever had for any Ani-Medford, but probably for any show. I mean, this is an amazing, I feel it's an amazing lineup. We have Peter Kalamis, who kind of heads it off, and we have 3 actors from Dragon Ball franchise, and it's kind of it's like a Dragon Ball gathering, really. And we have the actress Elise Bauman, who plays Pan, and you can go on Ani-Medford and look at all the other guests. Jackie Lastra, one of my favorite VOAs, and she is just a bundle of cuteness. If you have not met her, and you ask her if she'll talk to you in one of her character voices, and she'll gladly do it. But she has been doing voice acting for a long time, and and she is just delightful. And she is someone that embraces the fans. And she was also in there's so much anime out there in
Oh,
my head right now.
trust me, I know.
Demon Slayer. And so if you're a fan of Demon Slayer, you definitely want to get out to see her. But she's done so much other anime and the Dragon Ball stuff, and there's just check out the list. There's just so much good stuff that's going to be there for these actors.
Yeah, you guys have I think this is the most I've ever seen you guys have special guest wise.
It is, and it may be the biggest we ever have. Actually, it was kind of a mistake that we have 6. We were shooting for 4, and a couple of the actors said, "Hey, I just want to come. Can you just put me on the list? I just want to come. I don't need a contract. I just want to be there." So, because Ani-Medford, has this reputation.
Oh yeah, especially Medford. Like Medford's known just for events in general. Medford is known for like getting all kinds of like special people for any kind of event, whether it's for musical, convention, or just whatever.
Right. So they're, so we have 6 this year, but so if you like, celebrity guests and getting autographs you'll never get again, this is the year to do it for sure. And I always suggest, we always do the family packs, $35 for 4 people, or, get them online, because you get a good discount online, for sure.
Oh yeah,
And
no,
then,
I agree.
when you get your tickets online, there'll be a will call line this year. So everyone who gets tickets online gets to go in first, which means they'll get first dibs at the swag. So we have a wonderful poster, some stickers that we're giving away, Ani-Medford posters and stickers, done by a local Oregon artist. And you'll definitely want to pick those up for sure.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I also noticed, trying to think here. You also have some returning guests as well. You have Under the Deco Tree music group coming back as well.
Yeah, we always enjoy having them, and every year we always say, boy, I want to give them more space, bigger space, more room to do what they want to
Oh,
do.
they'll get the opportunity.
I just always feel that they've been restricted a bit, and this allows them to have that space to, to do what they do best, really. I enjoy them. I enjoy listening to them as well.
Nice. I also know you have you have a returning cosplay guest, a Faustian Spider, and a new cosplay guest, Vivsai, or however you pronounce their name.
Calcium Spider, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that,
She's been with us. He's been with us since day one.
oh yeah, I
You
remember
know,
it. Yep.
Roman is wonderful, and I just wish I can hang out with him more. And he's listening to this. Hey, after the show, we'll take you out for some steak, because
Nice.
it's been one of the biggest supporters of Ani-Medford.
Oh yeah.
And day one, the very first Ani-Medford,
I remember that all too well.
and
And then you
we love the cosplayers to stay with us, so they become like family to us.
now this is something I haven't mentioned before, and I remember we talked about it off camera. Are you guys looking for more cosplay guests?
Yes, actually, Eco Chips, if you're watching this, um, the door is open. Come on out.
I'll be sure to spread the word like
Yeah.
on here, anyone who's like wanting to become a cosplay guest, and also spread the word with your permission on Instagram as well for anyone who wants to
Oh,
be a
right.
cosplay
Yeah.
guest.
Any anime cosplay guest, get a hold of us. A good bio, some great photos. And what I like about the cosplay guests is they hang out with each other. They become friends too. And they get to know each other, and they communicate even after the event. And they do all year round until the next one.
Nice.
And Ani-Medford, when you go to the event, it becomes kind of like a reunion, or seeing friends you haven't seen in a long time.
Oh yeah, no, it's gonna be fun. And I saw that you're getting another guest as well. I think they're called Vivsai, or however you pronounce their name.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
So what's it like getting having Vivsai as a guest this year as well?
I received the email, and I remember, and it blew me away. Because that's some amazing quality cosplay. That's the type of cosplay you're gonna see, like at San Diego. You know, um, and I believe our cosplayers are the best. And she's going to come in and fit in real well, and you know, give something amazing. You know, I just love the
Nice.
cosplay. The cosplayers really add a lot. You know, I would just wish that I can actually talk to them more at the event,
Oh,
but I'm just so damn busy.
no, I always like, I remember seeing you at Ani-Medford 2021, 2022, where you were just like, one minute you were there, another minute you were there, and another, like, you were like all over, over the place. And Marina was like taking care of the front lines with people coming into the con.
Yeah, and I'm
Yeah,
just
I have to say, you guys
yeah.
are both busy.
Well, when I'm there to serve. I'm there to serve vendors, exhibitors, cosplayers, attendees, celebrities, everybody. And
Nice.
so when somebody wants something, I have to hop to it. So I'm always helping people out, going back and forth throughout the day, and at times sitting down and maybe getting a breather.
Oh yeah, I know the feeling all too well. When I was doing the convention showcase for you guys last year, it's just like one minute you're there, the next you're over there, and the next thing you're over there.
Right, right. Yeah, it's you're on the go. And this is as you get older, you realize you have to start keeping in shape, and maybe watching what you eat a little bit more. So
Well, knowing the size, for someone who's actually been, have you been to the expo before?
we were there, I want to say uh the first year of Meadowlark, we were looking at venues, and right after Ramada, we had an appointment with the expo,
Oh, that's right.
and it just didn't work for us at the time. We needed to build before we can have something
Oh yeah, like
like
start from
that.
the bottom before we got to start at the bottom before you like try to climb Mount Everest.
Right. And some advice I can give people if they think about doing events is, you get a lot of events, they want to do 3 or 2 days right off the bat. Those shows usually end up being 1 year shows. You got to start and build yourself up. You
Oh
can't,
yeah, no,
you can't,
you're taking on too much if you're gonna try to do a multi-day show.
right. It's just because everything triples, in regards to financing. I mean, a 1 day show alone, just a 1 day, it's 20 grand,
Oh yeah.
so you have to really build up. I mean, if you're going to put on a good quality event, like San Diego Comic Con, they used to say, in the 70s, to be an official Comic Con, you have to have at least two actors, two like professional artists, who work for Marvel, DC, a big publisher, and and that's what you had to have, which is a minimum. And if you can't bring that, then don't bring it. You know
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean?
no.
Because it
I
doesn't serve a purpose.
oh, no, I wholeheartedly agree. I have to agree. You guys, since 2017, I think 2017, 2018, I think when you first, yeah, 2018 when you had your first con, you guys started one day, and so like for the past 6 years, you guys have worked your way to get to where you are now, to where you can have more than just one day. You get all these amazing guests, can do all these fun things, which I think is honestly cool. And this brings me to my next question, because you mentioned you guys are gonna have some video games. I remember at Meadowlark 2022, you guys had many arcade machines. Mind going into some detail about the video games you're having for this year?
Right. We're bringing in. I have a couple of friends. They work for II Arcade. If you've ever heard of II Arcade, it's kind of like Arcade One Up, but Arcade One Up. If you're familiar with those games, it's a cabinet. It's a mini arcade cabinet. It comes with like maybe 2 to 4 games.
Mm-hmm.
II Arcade is similar to that, but you can uh, download the iArcade app, buy the game on an app, it instantly loads onto the console system, and you can play
Nice.
games, and you can have up to 500-600 games on the system.
Oh,
So we're
nice.
bringing in some of these systems where each one has like 400 games on it.
Oh, wow. It'd
And
be also
you can
cool if
play
you
all these
guys,
cool Japanese classic retro games.
Oh, nice. It'd be cool. I mean, it'd be cool if because there's this just traveling arcade here in Medford called Anywhere Arcade. It'd be cool if they want to stop by the con as well.
They are more than happy to give me a call, and I would say yes to them, and they can come out and promote themselves. Yeah, I'm pretty easy. I'm pretty easy.
I
All you
mean,
need to do is send an email.
oh man, but
Cross
yeah.
promoting is a good thing.
Oh yeah, no, that's the one thing on, this channel just in general is cross promoting. And again, I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys are having. What else do you guys plan on doing this year for Ani-Medford?
Well, we're gonna have amazing panels, and that's always fun. We're gonna bring the movie room back. We always do the movie room. People love the movie room because it's nice, cool, quiet, air conditioned, and they can sit and watch, favorite shows or movies. Now, people want to know, well, what's going to be in the movie room. And we haven't posted it yet, but you can pretty much get a good guess of what it's going to be because we always show movies or television shows of the guests that are appearing at
Oh
the
yeah, I mean, I already know
yeah,
like Demon Slayer,
yeah.
Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball, right?
Nice.
All the stuff they're connected to, and there's been sometimes because I'm a big Japanese old school
Ooh.
fan,
So we're
so
talking
I
about like
like
Japanese movies from like the 60s
yeah,
and
and so he's
whatnot.
like I'm a major Ultraman geek. I have
Ah,
everything Ultraman on DVD.
nice.
I can sit there easily watch 3 hours of Ultraman, no problem.
Nice.
And I remember I ended up bringing I think it was the first Ani-Medford, and we were showing the original uncut Manzinger Z from 1977. And there was a 10-year-old kid watching it, and it was over, and he comes up to me and says, "Man, that was the best stuff I've ever seen." you know, he says, "I've never seen that before." I said, "Yeah, well, you're only 10 years old, and there's a lot more out there. There's a lot more out there."
Now, I also know you guys have the official podcast for Colossus Girl Entertainment. Is Distance Nerding coming back as well?
Well, they always come back and they host the panels. Um, you know, they're official to an extent, I guess. We have an agreement that they come out and do the panels, and we promote them. The thing, distance nerding is they have longevity. They've been around for a good amount of years with us,
Oh yeah.
and with me, Wayne, that I'm all about loyalty, and I reward loyalty,
Oh yeah.
and I'm very loyal to people I know and work with, and that includes you as well. And and I always try to do good to everybody. Now, before distance nerding, we literally had, I think, within a 5-year period, like 4 different podcasts that they would do, the panels, and they would do them um, but then they would close up shop. They wouldn't be doing podcasts anymore. So there was a huge rotation of podcasts between 2014 and I want to say 2019, so 2018. And so distance learning has really, stayed the course,
Oh yeah. No,
and
they're really good to have for your guys' con.
yeah, they're a bunch of fun, bunch of guys, and I enjoy them. And whenever I can get the chance to go out to dinner with them, I like to do that as well.
Trust me,
And
you can assure I can you can assure I'll be sticking around too to help do the convention showcases.
yes, absolutely. And you're more invited to come with us after the show too.
Hey,
So
well, I greatly appreciate that. Looking forward to it.
yeah, no, absolutely. And they do amazing work with the celebrity questions. If you've ever watched them at all,
Oh
they
yeah.
really study the actors, really look at their work and their history of work, the body of work as actors, and learn about their personal lives. I mean, they really get into it, and they have some great interviews.
Oh yeah.
that I wish I could sit and watch.
Link in the description will be below if you want to check out Distance Nerding after this as well. For those who are watching or listening to this, highly recommend. Can't stress it enough that Phil and James and the rest of the DN crew are really good people.
Yeah, they are. And you know, all the podcasters I've ever met, they're all good people. It's just that when a podcast ends, it's just that it's not that they don't want to do it or they stop loving to do it. They always love to do it. It's just that things change in their lives. You know what I mean? But distance nerding has been very consistent.
That's a good thing.
It is. It is.
So now another question, and you can feel free to answer this if you want. Is the expo going to be the permanent home for Ani-Medford, or is it going to change later down the road?
Well, since it is the only venue in Medford, then it will be there.
Nice.
Now, it will be there for as long as I'm alive. I want it to be there. So let's say 25 more years, maybe.
Fingers crossed, because you don't. I mean, unless you travel up to like Portland, Seattle, or down in California, and this general area between here, California, and Washington, there's not really many big cons. Washington has a few big cons. California has a lot of big cons. Oregon, aside from Rose City and Kamoricon, there's no other big cons.
Right. And that's the thing about Southern Central Oregon is they just don't have the facilities. And if any of the city council members or the mayor of Medford is listening to this podcast or is a big fan of Wayne, I will say this to you, that I really do think that Medford is ready for some type of convention center. Something.
Oh yeah, no, I've been wanting to see one for. I mean, you got to find this a big empty lot for that first, and then
Right.
like you said,
right. I mean, it really should happen. I mean, we have our headquarters for Meadowlark and Ani-Medford in Christmas Valley, so that tells you the difference if you've ever been to Christmas Valley between that and Medford.
It's a desert town from what I've heard.
Right. And I can tell you that if I was running for mayor of Medford, I would be running on building a convention center.
And it has, and the best thing about convention center, it has multiple uses too, not just for for Comic-Con or anything, but like different types of shows.
Oh, and sporting events, high school volleyball tournaments and things of this nature, girls basketball tournaments, these types of things.
I mean, Reading has its own convention center.
Oh, do they? Okay.
Yeah, the Reading convention center is a really decent size, two or three story convention center.
Right. I mean, fairgrounds are great. All our events are at convention center, or I'm sorry, at fairgrounds, except for one.
Oh, that's right. The Silver Age is at a convention center, huh?
Silver Age, right. And we enjoy the fairgrounds, but they're just one venue for a population of Medford. I don't know. I would be running as mayor on building a convention center.
I mean, and the best thing about the expo, you can have a lot more people as well, because it's a much bigger space. Not many people are like, scrunched up. You have there's like a lot more walking around to do too, to check out whatever you guys are going to have.
Right. And it's huge. It's like a dome stadium, really. Right. So it's going to be just so much space to run around.
And from someone who's been there, there's a lot of areas where people can sit down and relax and go take pictures of their cosplays. From someone who's been there quite a few times, I can say the space is really good.
Right. And we're looking forward to it. It might not be perfect the first year, but it'll get better the second and third and fourth and fifth year and so on. And we just want to grow, but we want to grow in Medford, so the people have to grow with us. And, we've been getting a great response. We always have for Ani-Medford, but we noticed this year there's a lot of new people that are liking the Ani-Medford social media pages. And a lot of them are people who just moved to Medford. And so they're going to get a taste of Medford hospitality when they go to Ani-Medford and enjoy the event.
Oh yeah, and also the best thing about the convention center, you're also near a bunch of food places. I mean, I'm sure you guys are gonna have food trucks this time because I know last year you get the one and only food truck couldn't make it, but I know I'm sure you guys will have
Yeah.
food trucks here. And there's also the best thing is about where you guys are. You also have the Family Fun Center, the mini golf course, and you got a bunch of food places right literally minutes away as well.
Oh, right, right. No, you're right. And that's what I like about it. There's some restaurants I really enjoy in Medford. And what I enjoy about Oregon in general, when, it's like in California, it's more expensive there, you know.
Oh,
Uh,
I
yeah,
know. I've been to two conventions down in California, so I know it's not. So
right.
two more things. I know we kind of talked about this. Advice for those who are wanting to consider running their first convention.
Sure. Any specific or?
Just advice in general for those who are like wanted to consider one or wanting to make it more interesting.
Right. Well, my good friend Steve, he is the promoter for Mid Valley.
Yeah, he was just recently on here too.
Oh, okay. And he's a great guy. And we were there actually. Was a couple weekends ago we were there, but we were only there on Saturday only because we had an issue with our hotel room. Yeah, and you could probably ask Steve; he would tell you. But because of the hotel, we had to leave, and we ended up camping up in the Oregon mountains for 2 days,
Oh,
which I love. My favorite camping is in Oregon. That's my go-to
nice.
camping, and I do a lot of that. Advice I would give is, make sure when you start, you start slow. You don't rush off and do 2 or 3 days. You do a 1 day show. Make sure you have at least two celebrities. If you're doing a Comic Con, at least two artists. You know, um, you need to put at least, you need, I don't know if you want to call it war chest, but a war chest of at least 20,000. It helps to have a degree in business. A lot of people that start shows and they last 1 or 2 years, it's because they don't have a lot of business experience. So figure out, if you don't have any business experience, go to school for it, even junior colleges. Get some experience out in the field with business, maybe work with an entrepreneur or something like that. Um, Definitely learn how to do financing, um, learn how to walk the fine line. Always make sure that you're covered for your events. You know how many venues I talk to when we go in and they say, yeah, we had an anime show or a Comic Con 4 years ago, and they still owe us like 20 grand. So yeah, you have to make sure you cover all the
Oh
bills.
yeah, and
And
the expo is not cheap either.
right, and the thing is, actors are always worried because they want to get paid. Every actor has to get paid, and I always tell people, you know, have a good retirement, plan. And I tell actors, hey, if the show ends up being horrible, I will make sure you will get paid out of my personal bank accounts. You have to make sure everyone's covered. And you also have to know customer service. I'll tell you, there are people who work at McDonald's, work at Dutch Brothers, and you know what? They have great customer service skills.
Oh yeah,
And
I
yeah,
all know
and
that
those
all too
people,
well.
I hire them to help run events. We have a couple of Oregonians running Ani-Medford and Meadowlark, and they're right there in Medford. And we're always looking to hire bright people, and so you need to. There's a lot that goes into it, and it's not easy. I know a lot of people, they go to a show and they say, "Oh, I can do this." Um, you know what? It's 12, 15-hour days, sometimes 7 days a week. Sometimes, even if you're going on vacation, you're still working. there are times I'm out camping, and even when I'm camping, I have my laptop and I'm working. So you have to be prepared to work every day. And
Oh yeah.
but
Especially with conventions, and especially with those conventions that can go on for like 24 hours too.
right. And the funny thing is, when we first started events, I was like, wow, I have to get pictured with every celebrity. I have to get get autographs from every celebrity. I can't believe I have these actors at my shows. Now I'll pick up, I don't know, give me an actor, the guy who played Frodo, for example. And I'll pick him up and I'll be like, yeah, whatever, because I just deal with actors every day now, that it's not special to me, which kind of ruins it for me, because I liked it in the early days where I was excited to see an actor. But if you do shows long enough, you kind of become like that. So try not to. Always be excited.
Oh, I wholeheartedly agree on that. And I also noticed some of your guests are only going to be here for like one day, and then they won't be there the next, or they won't be the first day, but they'll be there the second day. So I'm sure people got to make sure to, if they
Be there
can,
both
be.
days. Yeah, be there both days. I mean, why not? I mean,
I
it,
mean,
it only
if they're able
happens
to.
once a year.
Nice. And people can purchase tickets online at Eventbrite, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, and you get nice discounts with that, and family and friend pack. I think it's $35, if I'm not
Oh
mistaken,
yeah.
and that gets four people in.
Oh
So
yeah. And if
four
people are,
friends, four
yeah, or if
family.
people are interested, you also have this going on too, the Goku
Oh, the
package.
Goku. That you definitely need to get your hands on that, and and you get everything that's in there plus 2-day admission. You get all that stuff, all the perks.
Nice.
And we like to do those packages for people because they're get a ticket, and then you may not get the exclusive posters or stickers and things, or you might, so if you buy the package, you get everything. Plus, you have a Funko Pop that will be signed. So that's the great thing, is you don't need to go running around looking for a Funko Pop for Peter Columbus to sign. You don't have to look for a Goku Funko Pop. One will be there waiting for you, which is a great convenience. So,
Nice. And now before we end this, where to let people know, where will this be at and what dates will it be?
for Ani-Medford,
Yes.
I believe that is I believe that is August 12th and 13th.
I can actually double
I'm
check.
in the midst of Silver Age right now, so
Oh, that's coming. Yeah, August 12th of the August 12th to the 13th at the Expo in Central Point, Oregon. Well, between Medford and Central Point.
now do you want me to give you an exclusive just for your show?
Sure.
I think Marina would kill me. But
Well, you did it the last time when we did this for Metal Arc back in 2020.
okay, but the ink is still wet on the contract, but it's 100% now. So for those who live in Redmond, Oregon or Bend, Oregon, you have something coming your way next year for 2024. Beaver
Ooh. Oh, you froze.
brand new fairgrounds.
Wait, you froze. What was that? You froze.
I froze. Maybe I shouldn't repeat myself. I froze. That was huge news. Okay. I will. Someone's looking like, are you sure you want to say something? Yes, because the ink is. Where did I leave off?
He said the ink is dipped in something about
Oh,
Beaverton.
oh yeah, the ink is still wet on the contract, but it's official. You are the first to know about this. Bend, Oregon, and Redmond, Oregon area. Sisters, the city of Sisters, one of my favorite places in Oregon, is getting a convention. Yeah.
What?
Beaver State Comic Con.
Oh, I love that.
Yep. But uh, this is in the infancy. So We still have to work on logos and all this other stuff.
Ooh.
But it is official. It
Well, I'm
is
sure
official.
I'm sure any artist who is watching this will probably get to working on some logos soon.
Right. And I was in Bend, Oregon a couple of weeks ago and talking to the people out there. And I asked them, I did a survey. I travel and I do surveys, between cities. And I asked them, I said, do you go to Salem or Medford for shows? And they say no, because it's like 3.5 hours. It's 2.5 hours. It's far away. And I said, do people from Medford go to Salem? They said no. And I said, do people from Salem go to Medford? They say no. So they say like these mountain ranges, they kind of etch these communities. So these communities really stay within their communities. And I asked them about a convention. They said that they would just love and die to have one. So we toured the new fairgrounds out there, and it's about 20 years old. I consider that new. Very nice buildings, and Beaver State Comic Con was born.
Nice. Well, I am looking forward to hearing more about that eventually when it gets time. Yeah, I think that should about do it for this. Again,
Okay.
Dave, thank you. I'm looking forward to checking out the con this year. And for those who are watching and are listening, be sure to check out Ani-Medford 2023 at the Jackson County Expo, August 12th to the 13th. Again, Dave, thank you again for coming on.
No, thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. And as always, I'm Wayne the Unknown. Until next time, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you for watching.